time you wipe your fucking nose, every time, you know, you piss incorrectly, someone's going to be there to tell you all the things they hate about you and how you're, you know, this and that. I mean, also, by the way, we've also got a lot of angry people lately with us. Like, are you going to speak about Balenciaga more? I'm like, first of all, we spoke about it. I mean, if you don't listen to this and every word we say, I can't
Did we
help
speak
you.
about it? I forget. Like I like the
I
memory.
I spoke about it on Patreon with Kim D, you know, and I really do confuse you and Kim because like there's just so much. We talk about New Jersey nonstop with Kim. So it's like, I know you and I do lighter on Jersey, although we could talk about it, but I don't know. I thought maybe it was all on Patreon with Kim. I thought we talked about it. I mean, I don't know where we are. And it's so funny. I took a picture of a girl in Miami who had a huge Balenciaga. I didn't take her face, but I'm like, apparently not everyone is like up on the like and not wearing it. I mean, I don't know what.
It's very dark. I mean, I'll just say, you know, it's very, very dark. And to me, there's just so many levels of failure on this like thing, you know, because obviously these kids are holding these bondage backpacks basically with like wine glasses around them. And then in one picture, there's this court ruling about child pornography papers.
That's the thing I find the most. I find that the most shocking.
I do too. Now, you know, sadly, kids have been exploited. You know, if you think about it, you go back to the Calvin Klein was notorious for this, you know. Kate Moss was 17 in a Mark Wahlberg, Calvin Klein. Brooke Shields was 15 when she did that ad where she basically said nothing comes between me and my Calvins, you know, insinuating she's not wearing underwear. She's wearing, you know, I mean, this is like a 15-year-old girl. You know, I mean, brands have been in trouble over this stuff before. I find it gross because I think there's so many things you can do. And Balenciaga, I loved what they were doing, their kind of look. And they, you know, they obviously paid Kim millions to outfit her. I think the scary part is too, I don't know if you've paid attention to this very bizarre designer that they had, this woman that was kind of running it. That's really fun. Here's my thing too. And this is why, like, I like fashion and art, but some of the people in that world are so fucking weird. And I think that they almost like feel like they gotta be weird. And then they just let themselves get weirder because, you know, it's like in that world, the odder you are, like, the more people like you. Who's the woman? She's like a Russian designer that was head of Balenciaga. Her Instagram is now private or shut down. The images on there were very fucking strange. Kids like in all blackout bondage outfits or blood. I mean, she's sick.
That's where it gets really strange and dark and
I don't think she's been fired yet. I don't know. I don't work with these people. I have no idea. Maybe she's the sanest person, but she does these shocking images to just, I don't know what she's like in real life. As a stranger looking in, you're like, this is sadistic and they got something weird going on with kids. Like, this is very strange. I wouldn't buy them. I don't own anything Balenciaga. I'm glad to hear Kim K isn't moving forward with them. And I think Kim did it well. You know, people were like, why isn't she saying anything? Why isn't she immediately saying anything? You know, guys, in every situation, like, let's give it a couple days to gather the facts. Like, she's worked with this brand for a long time. So I'm sure she called them. You know, she has a rapport with them. They've probably been very good to her. They're like, all right, she's like, what's going on? What's your stress? You know, you got to like give her a minute to get stuff together. I don't know, you know, who thought she was like saying, oh, this is great, them exploiting kids. Not one person. Everybody thinks it's fucked up.
It's totally fucked up. I just wonder, look, I mean, there is a housewife that said to me, I will not reveal who, in Miami. Like, and listen, I'm not like, she's like, I don't understand what to do. Do I throw it all out? Like, I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, it's what do you do if you're the average person? Like, to me, it's easy to say if you're Kim K or like Nicole Kidman was there, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, Kim Kardashian doesn't need anything. She has billions. What do you do if you're the average person and you're just like, let's all be honest with ourselves for a minute.
Here, I own Balenciaga stuff.
Two things get to be true. It's horrible. And now you have a closet worth, you know, $100,000 of Balenciaga stuff, and you can't give it to the Real. You can't give it to all these up. They're not taking it probably now. So what do you do? And you like it. Do you throw it out?
No, I would wear it.
David, you're so horrible. Really, guys, take a minute. Really have a minute with yourselves. two things get to be true. I don't know what you do. It's horrible, but now what do you do? Do you not want to wear it anymore? I
No,
don't
I would
know.
wear the sweatshirt. I wanted a Balenciaga sweatshirt, and if I owned one, I would wear it,
You
and then
would block it out.
I would tack an asterisk sign on the back that said, "Fuck these pedo designers," but I paid $1,000 for this.
There
I'm
you
wearing
go. Well,
that,
maybe
like
you've made.
I would rock that sign. I would. Like, what are you gonna do? You spent $100,000. You're gonna leave it in your closet? No, you're gonna wear it. And I put a sign on myself, asterisk. Yeah, have fun with it. Well, I don't want to say have fun with it along with what they're doing with kids. They're really fucked up. And I mean, it's like, now did you see they were suing the advertising company? Now they've dropped their lawsuit.
I
That seemed
saw that.
odd.
I saw they dropped it. The worst, somehow the worst part of it. Yes, that woman's crazy too, like that Instagram. But
Oh,
I
very
found the
weird.
worst thing to be. It's like they asked Madonna, like Madonna released like her 15, like her biggest hits, like over the summer, and someone's like, do you? It was like remixes, and someone's like, do you like sign off? Because it's Madonna. Like you can remix the song without the person being 100% involved. There was 50 of them. They're like, were you involved in all these remixes? She's like, have you met me? That's where it's like for Balenciaga, there was a point where they were claiming like, we didn't really see all the pencils and documents that were being put on the table. That's where I call bullshit. Like if there's someone's job who's the art director for this, who's in charge of, every lamp and in a campaign, right? So you can't, because they were saying like, well, we didn't know that document had that type
I
of.
believe that though. Do you
You
think
do? I
you're
don't know.
zooming in? You think you're
I
really
don't
zooming
know.
in on what that document is? I think you're thinking, that's basically stock shit.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't.
If it were me, I think I would know. I wouldn't like I would just say like, what is this? And I would probably know. Yeah. I think I would know. And then like when Kim and I were talking about it on Patreon, Kim's like, can they bounce back? She's like, there's almost anything else they could have done. Look, we've seen a million people bounce back from everything. There's nobody canceled. I don't know. When it's children, it's a whole different thing. All the angry people on my Instagram saying like, are you going to hold these housewives accountable? No, I'm not actually. That's not my fucking job. Write to whoever you think is wearing Balenciaga. I can tell you this, they're still coming on my podcast. Whoever wants to wear it, I'm going to interview them. I'm not holding people accountable and I'm not angry. I'm going to deal with my own personal feelings that I think it's disgusting and I'm going to move on. So, I mean, I know I'm not going to reach out to all my housewife friends and say, shame on you, you're a disgusting fucking pig next and spend my day doing that. I'm not. You can do that. You can leave me nasty comments. Don't leave a nasty review. I'll never read it. Could leave a nasty review. I just won't get to it. But no, I'm not going to. Someone wants me to reach out to all the housewives and personally hold them accountable. Call Andy Cohen. He's the one making $50 million a year off of that. Anything else on this subject before we move on?
No, it's just sad. It's disgusting and it's sad. And there's so much exploitation of children around the world. And I just don't know why you have to do it. There's so much fucking weird shit you can do with adults. And I think we see it in Hollywood enough. It's like, why'd you have to do this?
What more can we say other than it's not okay. Silence is complicity, according to Lisa Rinna. I agree. I don't know what else now we're supposed to say. Like, what was Lisa? I'm reading Lisa Rinna's thing.
Well, Lisa Rinna, people want Lisa Rinna to